it's not hurting anymore. But yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let me check if I'm live. Yep, we're live. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Turn 4 Podcast, Season 2, Episode 34. I am your host, Daniel, and I'm here joined with the one and only Mauricio, or he also has his other guests. I don't know if he's going to show up, Mike Wazowski, but Anthony couldn't make it today. He had work, but Anthony, if you're watching.
Hey, yeah, by the way, hi to me. We miss you.
Yeah, we miss you, bro. But he should be on. He should be on next week. And yeah. All right. So we got a few things to talk about, but man, we had the Roval this weekend, and once again, the Roval did not disappoint.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely this time didn't disappoint for us.
Man.
And Crowley Nation knows why. We finally end up with a streak that it was really like feeling comfortable for the last couple of years. 30 or worse in the last 3 races. It's like, come on, like KFB having that bad of an average finish, that's impossible. But thankfully to this weekend, this year has been different. So yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of takeaways that I have from this weekend at the Charlotte Roval, but I just want to begin with it seems to me that every year since 2018, there's always been something spectacular happen. I mean, you look back to 2018, we saw that finish between Jimmy Johnson and Martin Truex Jr. You know, Jimmy Johnson wheel hopping and collecting Truex, and Ryan Blaney coming from third to win. 2019, you had Chase Elliott crashing into the Tums Hardbird turn and coming back to win. And then last season, you know, we had that last battle for the round of 8 spot between Kyle Busch and Alex Bowman. And then this year, I mean, we saw a lot of it. I mean, we saw, you know, with the whole rivalry and beef going on between Kevin Harvick and Chase Elliott. And with Kevin Harvick, you know, dumping Chase Elliott, and Chase Elliott trying to retaliate against Harvick, but couldn't, and collecting himself and Cole Custer. And then right until we got to even though Tums no longer sponsors it, but I still call it the Tums Hardbird turn. But it seems to me that Harvick's control got disconnected, and oh boy, the post race interviews in the end was, oh my god,
crazy.
Yeah. What was your overall thoughts on the Kevin Harvick and Chase Elliott rivalry? Do you kind of see it? Do you kind of see him now? It's even, or do you still see it continuing throughout the rest of the playoffs?
I mean, first of all, I'm still happy that we got a top 5 in the Roval. I'm really glad for definitely a 4th place finish is more than a win for us. We haven't even got a top 10 in the last 3 races. We have the car to have good results. I can't tell that we got it for wins, because I can definitely see top 10 cars. Maybe the first race, but last year in 2019, we didn't have like the fastest cars, but we got cars to be competitive.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a second. I'm texting, but yeah. So yeah. Besides that, the Roval has been a very crazy race. I would say that last year we got the historical first race that Cup Series was using rain tires.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that as a Rowdy fan, last year was a painful, but see it coming that he was going to be eliminated. Wasn't the best year for him, but this year definitely has been a lot of improvements. Still some things that Cowboys still just this year has been so different.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so a pretty good race. Now going back to the topic, to the question, the rivalry is going to continue. Let me tell you something. I can feel that Harvick has nothing to lose right now. Chase Elliott has everything to lose.
Oh man,
this stupid community of Chase fans keep
Cherie.
we are not gonna tell names right now.
I know one name in particular.
Yeah, we know the name, but we should we should.
Yeah. Hold up. Give me a second.
So yeah, but yeah, so these fans, they were saying that Harvick was having fear of Chase Elliott. Do you think that Kevin Harvick fear of a golden boy that has everything thanks to his dad?
Hey, if you think about it,
Hey,
if you think about it, look, Harvick's 45 years old and Chase Elliott's 25, so that makes them 20 years apart. If you think about it, Kevin Harvick is old enough to be Chase Elliott's dad.
Yeah, still, it's like I would say that Harvick. Yeah, I think Harvick. I would say that I would say, to be honest, I feel that it's not that dumb shit move of, oh, he was afraid of Chase Elliott. Come on, he was having fights with Kyle Busch in the past. He's had a lot of confrontations. So I don't.
Hell, he even tried to fight Ricky Rudd.
Ricky Rudd, yeah. Like, do you think Harvick's gonna be afraid of a stupid rich boy? No, of course not. Obviously, yeah, he find it. I would say that the things I gotta point to Chase fans. One of the few things that I barely agree with these fans is that Harvick saw it coming and he paid for it. Like he searched for it and he got paid for it, and obviously he deserved that payback. Like he wrecked himself, so that's what he was searching for. So yeah,
karma's a bitch.
Definitely.
Excuse my language.
What?
I said karma's a bitch.
Yeah, karma's a bitch.
Excuse my language, by the way, though. But yeah.
But yeah, it's true. It's like karma, like karma, definitely. But yeah, but Harvick, it was gonna be bullshit if he made it to the next round. Like, so yeah, but definitely Harvick's year has been something that remembered me last year, because it wasn't like very painful this year, unlike Kyle Busch, because Kyle Busch, at least he made it last race. Obviously, he got eliminated. But this time, how it ended, it was like more painful for the Harvick fans. Now Harvick has 3 races to break that winless streak. Okay. So Kyle Busch won with 2 races left before the season ended to avoid a winless streak for a whole year, thankfully. Could we see it in Harvick? I don't know. We're coming to a track.
He's good at Texas, though.
Yeah. Yeah, Harvick and Kyle are 2 of the best drivers at Texas. Actually, they are the drivers, I think, with the most wins at that new format.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Kyle has like, I think, 2 or 3. Harvick has like
2.
4. I think Harvick has like 3 or 4.
3.
Yeah, I think he won 3 Texas.
Yeah, 3 straight. Yeah.
Last year when Kyle Busch won. Yeah, because Kyle Busch won 2018 and 2020.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we're coming to a track that last year Kyle Busch got eliminated in the round of 12. He went to Texas and win his only race of the season, but who saved his whole complete awful season last year. Could we see it at Harvick as well? Maybe. He has a chance. Hey, we'll see. But yeah, he has everything. He has nothing to lose. I think something that he's focusing is try to avoid to be a whole season without a win. So that's something that now focus. And maybe in his mind gonna say, maybe I will try to pay back once again to Chase Elliott and not make it to the round of 8. We've seen in the past as well with Joey Logano and Matt Kenseth. So maybe we can see it all over again. I don't know. But
I mean, we got Martinsville in one of these. I mean, in these next 3 races, we got Martinsville there, and Martinsville could be a good. You know what happened there. You know what happened there 6 years ago.
Oh man, I would say one of the best moments maybe in the Gen 6. Probably the best moment that has happened in this Gen 6 era, because this year we have 3 races left and the Gen 6 says goodbye.
Yeah. Hopefully, so, hopefully these next. Oh, my bad. Continue.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that besides that, it's been not the best seasons on the package in general. I'm gonna say I'm gonna miss a lot of things in this Gen 6. Talking about as a fan of the 18, because on the COT era we got some chances to win championships, but this year I can definitely see that Kyle Busch. There's something interesting with this Gen 6. Kyle Busch, if he wins this championship this year, it's gonna be hard, but it's not impossible.
Mhm.
So if Kyle Busch wins a third championship this year, has to win it this year, Kyle Busch can be the best driver in the Gen 6 era.
There's no doubt about that for sure. I mean,
Going, yeah, going ahead of Jimmy Johnson, who has won twice as well championships. He has won 2 championships in this era. However, if Kyle Busch gets that win, he's gonna be the best driver on the Gen 6 era with this championship, with that third championship. So I can say that Kyle Busch can maybe make some historic because Kyle Busch is just one win away for number 60 to get into the 60s. So I can see a historic over 6, maybe a 60 win. I don't know. I don't want to have a lot of dreams, but I'm trying to just say because I would say this is go time. I know that this is going to be, I know that Kyle Busch is very smart. I think this is go time. I think Kyle Busch hasn't bring his whole level yet. But these 3 weeks and the finale, if he makes it, watch out with this guy because this guy is going to break the level that I think a lot of people have been questioning. So look out. So I'm going to say, yeah.
Yeah. Also to speak on the whole
Oh, no.
on the whole Kevin Harvick and Chase Elliott, but it's something about Harvick that Harvick uses a lot of it. He plays a lot of mind games to the drivers. I mean, you kind of see it with how in his interviews before. I mean, like how we saw it today when I think Marty Snyder or Park Klugerman, I don't know who it was, but when they asked him if him and Chase Elliott are even the way, so that kind of makes the assumption that he still plans on fully retaliating Chase Elliott. And knowing how Kevin Harvick is, he's that type of driver that he can do both. He can both talk and walk in the same time. And he's one of those drivers that he's one of the few drivers that can actually do that can talk and walk in the same time. So that kind of gives me a clear that Chase Elliott must be heading into the round of 8, probably having with that mentality that he has to win either Martinsville or Texas. That way, Martinsville, he wouldn't have to deal with Kevin Harvick.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think Chase Elliott, that's something he has to be worried right now because I'm telling you, Harvick has nothing to lose. Chase Elliott has everything to lose. So I would say that Kevin Harvick, I think this is the best moment. This can be the most satisfying moment for him to do retaliation right now because we're coming to the finale. And what nothing better is to cost the driver a championship or to cost to defend his championship because remember, Chase Elliott is a defending series champion. So now how of a great pre-Christmas gift for him to retaliate Chase Elliott, cost him and his title. That sounds like a beautiful Christmas gift, like the best.
Man, this is about I know he's about to trigger the whole Chase Elliott fan base.
But he has said it before. He doesn't care. He can talk whatever shit they want. He just doesn't care.
Yeah. Yeah, and so yeah, and also I also want to add on with Chase Elliott, I mean, the fact that his rear deck lid was coming off the car and the fact that it looks like his day was done and all of a sudden they managed to get a 12th place finish and advance to the round of 8 But I got to say the most impressive out of this weekend is Kyle Larson. I mean, early in the race, I mean, he had electrical issues, all issues that it kind of looked like he probably might have almost was on the verge of him being not making it to the round of 8, which honestly, myself and a lot of the NASCAR fan base would have lost their shit. I mean, if this had happened, especially, with this, Twitter would have blown up if Larson were to get eliminated, especially, with the way, pretty much ranting about the playoff format and how, and also it would show another example of how flawed this playoff format is. How this format does not reward the same way. That it's not the same way how Richard Petty, Dale Earnhardt, Jeff Gordon, Bobby Labonte, Dale Jarrett, drivers like them would win championships. But I was very impressed. I mean, the fact that he had all these alternator issues and then worked his way back up to the front and get himself another win this season. And now 7 wins this season for Kyle Larson. And I got to be honest, though, I have never seen a driver, I think since Matt Kenseth, where they step into a new team and automatically right out of the gate.
Well, Kyle Busch did the same as well.
In 2008. Yes.
He won races in his first year.
Mm-hmm. And I think
one race in 2007, then comes to Joe Gibbs 2008. He wins every races, having like an amazing 100-point lead at some point of the season. Like it was just being done. Obviously, the bad thing about that chase is like he didn't perform at the right moment, because if he was like that, I would say Kyle Busch was going to be definitely the season champion that year.
Yeah. Yeah, but then, even though if it was on the old format, Carl Edwards would have been the champion, because in the end, Carl Edwards just started rallying off. And
because Kyle Busch was starting to have not good results that maybe affected the part.
Yeah. And with Kyle Larson, I mean, I have never seen anyone in Hendrick Motorsports that right out of the gate, they win more than 5, 6, 7 races and automatically becomes a championship contender. Because even Jeff Gordon in his rookie season, he didn't even win a single race in his rookie season. Chase Elliott, William Byron, Alex Bowman didn't win in their rookie season. Jimmy Johnson did win in his rookie season. I'd say he surpassed my expectations this season. I mean, in his first season in Hendrick Motorsports. Earlier this year, I kind of expected maybe win 1 or 2. I kind of thought he would have struggled at first, but he's never looked back. I mean, he just started right out of the gate and started putting up numbers that are kind of similar to the way how Truex's 2017 season is. Performing everywhere except the super speedways. Super speedways for him were not good to him this year. But I've never seen where anyone that has joined Hendrick Motorsports, probably Mark Martin, maybe become a championship contender in their first year. Kyle Larson is just phenomenal. I mean, I've been, for a long time, throughout the whole time he was at Chip Ganassi Racing, I have wondered what he would do and wow.
Yeah.
Definitely a total nightmare. Definitely a nightmare. A nightmare to the competition when it comes to him joining.
Yeah, and I can tell you something as well, that I would say that nobody was expecting Kyle Larson to perform that quickly, considering maybe I would say that his first year was going to be maybe very hard in some point. But how many races was Las Vegas? It was the third race?
Fourth race,
yeah, because we got Homestead, yeah. At his fourth race, he started winning, and then that was like, but not only that, because he was performing good in the race before. But Las Vegas, that first win, that just became like, whoa, like look out with this guy, like he just wins 4 races, like look out with Kyle Larson, because we know how good he made it in a Chip Ganassi equipment. And remember, Chip Ganassi equipment was a kind of meh equipment, that's not the best equipment, like kind of meh. The reason why Larson in Chip Ganassi was very good is because that car bringing weight to the limit. And that's some kind of drivers that they don't usually do that with that kind of equipment. That's just bringing weight to the limit. Now that Larson has a car that can bring it more over the limit, this is the result. Yeah. 6 win. What's this win? 7?
7th.
7 wins, including in the All-Star race, because with the All-Star race, 8 wins. So 8 fucking checker flags this year. More than I expected for Kyle Larson. He did even more than Casey Kane during his
I mean, it's impressive because and also, I mean, as well, I mean, right, I mean, compared to where he was last year, I mean, at this point last season, I mean, we're just wondering, about Kyle Larson, if he was, I mean, it was a matter of time. We knew he was going to come back. I mean, the talent that he has, I mean, talent like him would definitely get a second chance. I mean, especially the way he dominated dirt, and especially the way how sincere he was about the mistake he made. But out of all teams that were willing to give him a second chance, Hendrick Motorsports, one of the top organizations in NASCAR history, was willing to give him a second chance. And And that speaks a lot for Rick Hendrick. I mean, how I may say this, but Rick Hendrick is one of those owners that definitely has an eye for talent. And to Kyle Larson, I mean, and it still amazes me how I think I read in an article how Rick Hendrick and Jeff Gordon even mentioned that even before the whole incident that happened last year, they were in talks of getting Kyle Larson.
Yeah, like
Even
I still,
like before, even like before the whole the
I
whole
still hey, Daniel, I'm sorry for
yeah,
interrupting, but
that's okay.
I still feel that besides the incident last year, I still feel that this year still Kyle Larson was gonna make it to Chip Ganassi. Sorry, to Henry Motorsports, even though the accident. Maybe in a different way, maybe in a better way could have happened, but still the result was gonna be the same. Still, Larson again.
The only
Like,
difference is that he probably would have been in the 48.
yeah, that was the difference. But still a very cool. I feel that the story how this managed is cool because I'm glad that the driver that deserves to have the number 5, because as people do know, Kyle Busch was the number 5. So 5, most of the drivers are legends, great drivers. So definitely, if it was a driver that I'm glad that he's carrying the legacy even better than guys like Kyle Busch or Terry Labonte, is definitely Kyle Larson. So definitely I can see Kyle Busch making the 5 the best number in Hendrick right now.
And based on their performance on the Charlotte Roval, they proved that they are championship material. The way they were able to come back from the alternator issue, fight their way back to the front, that caution that came out in the end. I mean, right there, performances like this is what wins you championships. You know, any issue you have throughout the day, or if your car has any issues, and that team, Cliff Daniels, the whole 5 team, found the way they can to fix the issue and found their way to victory lane. Even in the post race interview, Larson was even surprised that he won the race because he thought with the alternator, he was done. He thought that he probably might be on the verge of him being eliminated, or he thought that he might not even have a shot in victory lane, and he ended up in victory lane, which honestly, and I think you can agree with me, Mauricio, I think what definitely makes a champion is in moments you're going to be tested. And in this format, it happens all the time. It shows that this format is made for drivers who can perform when their backs are against the wall, when either they had the option to either give up or to continue pushing through. I think Kyle Larson and that 5 team just made on Sunday, they made a statement.
Yeah, definitely. It's a pretty good statement, a pretty good punch to the crown. Say Kyle Larson's like, hey, still the best driver out there. The best team, the best car, the best driver. Stats don't lie. People just have excuses. Sorry. So yeah. I would say that if Larson wins the championship, I would say definitely he deserves it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah. I
have to wait these 3 weeks because everything can happen. Don't say victory right now. I'm gonna. There's some drivers. I've said it on the start of this stream. I would say there's some driver that they haven't had his 100% of talent or dominance or their power at 100%. So I can see some drivers that they know how this format works, and I feel that this is gonna be the moment. These 2-3 weeks to say it's go time. No excuses, no bullshit. We have to win these races. So look out. Right here. See? You see? This guy? Yeah, this guy. Look out with him. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, I mean, and also the fact that let me see if I can. I was trying to pull. All right. Hold on. Let me see if I can find the. Yeah, I'm trying to find the playoff grid.
Yeah, right now we are fifth, so that's not like a good start. We are 1 point.
All right, I'm trying to find the playoff grid, but for some reason the thing keeps acting up on me right now. So, all right, here we go. Let's see if I can share screen right now. Yo, I for a moment I just heard like an echo, so I'm like, oh hell no, not again. But I got it handled. All right, let's see if it lets me share screen this time. Should let me share screen. Hmm, interesting. It's not letting me share screen right now. So, uh, let's see if I can find it. All right, so I have the playoff grid pulled out right here. Let's see if I can find it. Shut the window. No, it's not. All right, so yeah, so apparently something's going on, so I can't pull out the playoff grid. But the round of 8 has been set. So the round of 8, so it results of these 8 drivers that have advanced to the round of 8. So they are Kyle Larson, Denny Hamlin, Martin Truex Jr., Ryan Blaney, Kyle Busch, Chase Elliott, Joey Logano, and Brad Keselowski. So eliminated are Kevin Harvick, Christopher Bell, William Byron, and Alex Bowman. We saw William Byron. He did everything he could. I got to give a shout out to William Byron. I mean, he gave his 100%, but apparently, on the closing stages of the race, he ended up spinning himself out while battling second with Tyler Reddick. But I gotta say though, William Byron definitely gave everything he had.
He did what he needed to do.
Yeah.
He got a good spot, but unfortunately a caution. I think that cost him his strategy. And by part of Bowman, well, he couldn't do that much. I think his race was lost since lap 1. So, and the same for Christopher Bell. Nothing they could have done, those guys. Kyle Busch, thankfully, he got points. He got everything. He was in front the whole time. He led some laps. So definitely, I would say because of how he was performing this week or how everything was, I think definitely Kyle Busch, I would say, like his song of Bee Gees, Staying Alive. So, yeah. Yeah, so that was like the guys that they were having trouble are Harvick, Chase Elliott, and Brad Keselowski. Those were the guys, Elliott Larson as well, due to his battery issues.
Dude,
but to be honest, Kyle Busch he didn't have any trouble. So I would say he was like the only guy who was safe during the whole race. He was just playing it safe. His car was okay, so he was just definitely just driving his car. The only thing he had to do is bring the car in a top 10 run. That was the only thing he needed. Stage points and bring the car home. That was like the thing he needed to do to advance.
All right, here we go. All right, so here are the playoff grids. So yeah, like I mentioned, so there's Kyle Larson, Denny Hamlin, Martin Truex Jr., Ryan Blaney, Kyle Busch, Chase Elliott, Joey Logano, and Brad Keselowski. So the round of 8 consists of 200 drivers, 3 Joe Gibbs Racing drivers, and 3 Penske drivers.
Yeah, there's only 2 Henry drivers, right?
Yeah,
it's all about Penske. It's all about Hendrick. It's all about Joe Gibbs Racing right now.
And
I tell you, Penske is like the teams that hasn't been performing at all.
I'm surprised that even Joey Logano and Brad Keselowski are in this round. I mean, the fact that Brad Keselowski spun out at the Roval, and I know it's a trend this season that literally every road course race we've had this season, Brad Keselowski has spun out in every single road course race.
Yeah, that's crazy. I haven't thought about that, but yeah, he has spun in every single road course this year.
Yeah.
So Brad Keselowski, aka the road course spinner.
Yeah, the road course spinner. Yeah. I mean, I think at this point, I mean, Brad Keselowski, I mean, he's kind of at this point where I'm not saying like he doesn't care, but like, I mean, the fact that, that he has nothing to lose, but he has a lot to gain for next season. I mean, especially the fact that he will be going to Roush as a driver and an owner. So I think he's kind of like just not in a way, like not saying he doesn't care, but he's kind of just riding in the sunset. I mean, since he has 4 more races left in that 2 car.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got 2 tracks. We got these next 3 tracks coming up: Texas, Kansas, and Martinsville. Kyle Larson, I expect him to be a strong contender in the next 2. For Martinsville, I expect the drivers like Denny Hamlin, Martin Truex Jr., hell, even Ryan Blaney. Ryan Blaney has been very good at Martinsville in the past. He's finished second a few times and even led the most laps. Was strong earlier in the spring. Chase Elliott, he's also expecting to be a factor as well. He did win here last year. Joey Logano and Brad Keselowski. I mean, yeah, Logano won at Kansas last season, but like again, they have not shown the speed. I mean, this season. I mean, yeah, Logano won at Bristol Dirt. Yeah, Keselowski won on Super Speedway, but overall, those are 2 tracks that we haven't. Those 2 types of tracks we haven't raced majority of this season. And if we look at how they perform at the 550 and the 750, they just have not shown the speed that Kyle Larson and Denny Hamlin have shown.
Hey, don't forget Kyle Busch, best average finish in half a mile tracks.
Yeah, definitely in the 550. I do expect him to perform well. But overall, which driver do you see possibly that could be a possible surprise in the Final 4?
The 18.
I could say this. I think depending on how he does in Martinsville, I think Ryan Blaney could be a possible surprise to make it to the Final 4. I mean, collecting.
I'm going to say that if you're going to bring 2 surprises, I would say Kyle Busch, due to his great average finishing half a miles and his win. In the case of Ryan Blaney, maybe because he can be like a surprise winner.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that. But Kyle Busch, I would say, as I'm telling you before, you haven't seen the 100% of Kyle Busch. So I would say these 3 weeks, you're going to see Kyle Busch on his maximum, like before on his 2020 season. I'm going to say Kyle Busch, he's going to become the 2019 guy that you have seen before. That's all I'm going to say.
Yep. I mean, plays a more conservative role in the playoffs, and then right when it comes to championship race, gets done when it matters, or like how it is right now.
Hey, this is going to be an important stat. Kyle Busch hasn't been eliminated from the round of 8. He has been eliminated twice in the round of 12, but never from the round of 8. He has always made it to the Final 4 if he doesn't get eliminated in the round of 12. So look out with the 18.
Yep. Yeah, you do have to look out with the 18. And I mean, if it all works out, I mean, he's got 2 tracks. I mean, he's got Texas, he's got Kansas. I mean, he won at Texas last year. He won Kansas in the spring.
Yeah, and don't forget Martinsville. He still got a top 10, even though with a car that crashed twice.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna tell you, man, this is gonna be the point of the podcast that you're gonna see me talk about my driver most of the time, because this is gonna know this. I know my driver, I know my guy, and I know this is go time, man. This is gonna be the time I'm gonna be here, man. That this is gonna be the best and most important moments that I know my guy is going to get the deal, because I know what my guy is capable of. So I'm going to bring my oxygen tanks. I'm going to bring like 150 this week.
You're going to be in the hospital with the oxygen tank.
Hospital. I'm going to look at if he wins this weekend, because I know that I don't have to be suffering the next 2 weeks if he wins in this first race. If he wins in the second, I don't have to worry about the next week, and just make it to Phoenix and pray he brings the trophy. That's the only thing I have to worry about.
He didn't run. I mean, one thing, he didn't really run that well in the spring, though.
At Phoenix?
Yeah. Well, he made contact with Chastain in the end.
Very good runs at spring, but when it goes to fall, that's when Kyle Busch gets better.
True. Hey, but don't count out Kyle Larson. I mean, he's got Texas. He won the All-Star race this season. Had a dominant car at Kansas in the spring. And then Martinsville, it hasn't been his strongest track, but he did get a top 10 place finish in the spring. I believe it was 6th, I believe. Whoever in the chat, correct me if I'm wrong, but anything's possible. Like you said last year, Kevin Harvick, we all thought he was a guaranteed to make it a Phoenix last season, and look how that turned out.
Yeah, because let me tell you, the guys that they are below, like the persons that they are not in the top 4, Kyle Busch, Chase Elliott, Joey Logano, Brad Keselowski, if they win one of these races, that's a good spot be taken out. So that means that the best drivers that have been performing, they're gonna be in risk of being eliminated.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
because they are.
That's gonna put a lot more pressure on these guys.
Yeah. So I think it pressure the guys at the first 4. I would say Kyle Busch, Chase Elliott, Joey Logano, Brad Keselowski is gonna be right now in Texas.
All right, so here's my final 4 that I currently have at the moment. So I have Larson in. Well, I have to log in, but I'm not gonna share that information. But I have Larson in. I have Hamlin. I have Truex, and I have Kyle Busch in. So that'll be Larson against Joe Gibbs Racing.
Another finale with 3 Gibbs cars.
Yep.
Oh baby, remember that 2 years ago we got that same finale with Truex, Hamlin, and Kyle, but instead of Larson, it was Harvick.
Mm-hmm.
This can maybe be a 2.0 version. Maybe Larson can pull the surprise, say like 3 Gibbs guys, no problem. But I'm gonna tell you, the 3 Gibbs guys, they made it. Larson has everything to lose because it's 3-on-1.
Oh man, that'd be impressive if he's able to take out a whole organization now.
Yeah, so I gotta tell you, look at what you wish for, bro. Look at.
It's gonna be a huge battle he's gonna have to deal with. I mean, you got 3 really elite drivers in one team, so
yeah, I can say right now, anybody they win Texas, they win Kansas or Martinsville, they are definitely gonna have their luck on their side. Because that 4th spot, if somebody wins, if 3 different winners, it's gonna be hard.
Mm-hmm. But yeah. All right. So that is our playoff grid. So next topic I want to head to. So there was testing today from the Charlotte Roval. So several drivers were testing, such as guys like Brad Keselowski, Joey Logano, William Byron, Alex Bowman, Bubba Wallace, Ross Chastain. Who else was that? Daniel Suarez. We saw that chrome number. Oh my God. Sexy as hell.
Yeah, and they confirm it as well that they are gonna return the chrome numbers or chrome space schemes or whatever. So that's a good news as well. Obviously, they're gonna have their guidelines, they're gonna have their limitations, but chrome numbers or chrome paint schemes, they're gonna be back next year.
Yeah.
So that's something pretty cool. Maybe we can see chrome tires as well.
Oh, I remember Michael Waltrip Racing used to have chrome tires.
David Rudiman. Remember David Rudiman?
Oh, hell yeah.
The one that he won at 2010, like
in Chicagoland? Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember.
That's one of my favorite paint schemes of David Rudiman.
The Tums car? Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember seeing it when I was watching it in person. I remember Jeff Gordon.
He was in Chicagoland, that's right.
Yeah, I remember being there. And I remember Jeff Gordon was in the lead, and he took the lead from Jeff Gordon. And I remember looking at the leaderboard, and it said double zero, and I'm like, I was surprised that I was surprised that David Rudiman, and it wasn't like no Mickey win. It was literally he had a really fast car that night.
Yeah, he passed Jeff Gordon. It's like something you don't see very often. Like David Rudiman passing Jeff Gordon for the win. That's something you don't see very often.
Yeah.
So but obviously, my culture very good equipment as well.
Yeah, I mean, only what could have been if Spingate didn't happen.
Fortunately, I would say that team could have been as well like a second Joe Gibbs Racing team if it wasn't to that fiasco of 2013. But yeah, definitely, definitely, that was an organization that Toyota really needed. But now that it's gone, well, they have 2311, but still, they need more Toyotas.
If you think about it, you look at teams like Michael Waltrip Racing, Red Bull Racing. I mean, I've had those teams stayed. I think there would have been more. I think it wouldn't be that. I don't think the Toyota teams would have been so cutthroat with the driver when it comes to
Yeah, with the fact
like
of
driver
the
development. I think there would have been more room for a Toyota's program.
yeah, maybe in the future we could have seen AJ Allmendinger returning to a Red Bull in a jockeys racing level, competing for I don't know wins or I don't know.
Yeah, I don't see it happening. I feel like he really. I think he found his home. I feel like Collie Racing, he kind of feels more at home there now. But
Things happen, bro. Things happen.
But yeah. All right. So anyway, so to bring up about the next gen car. So there was it was day 2 today of testing. So there's been 2 days of next gen testing. There's been a few things that drivers have noted that especially the alternator is different, transmission is a lot different, the way it handles is a lot different. And also NASCAR did announce that there will be our 2022 package changes. So it is as follows: that road courses and short tracks have been reduced from 750 horsepower to 670 horsepower and a 4-inch spoiler, while the intermediate tracks longer than a mile will continue to be 550 horsepower and 8-inch spoilers. So I think what really caught my attention is the fact that NASCAR is just continuing to decrease the horsepower, and it's something that I've been very, very that's something I've been very anti about. You know, I'm a fan of higher horsepower. And Mauricio, I want to gather your thoughts on this. What were your thoughts overall so far on what you've seen with the next gen testing?
Man, I don't know, bro. It's just I'm very concerned about a lot of things, but I decided to stop it's just to getting mad at every single decision that they are taking. You're gonna say, I'm just gonna wait for 2022. I just want to see the cars in action, real action. So yeah, I just wanna let them a try at the Coliseum.
Mm-hmm.
To see them race like in the real thing, like just getting in real, just making what they are supposed to do or what NASCAR are hoping for. So to see every single guy, to be obviously there's gonna be only I think like 20 guys that they're gonna be the fortunate to start on the Coliseum. We're talking race winners. We're talking about the 16 drivers that they are made it to the playoffs. So how the format, the clash. So I want to see those drivers, what they are capable to do with this new package. But I definitely want to see this car in actions next year. So fortunately for us, the season is going to be closed at the first week of February. So now the NASCAR is going to the Coliseum. So we can have an idea of how this season is going to be, of this next season is going to be waiting. So I just wanna see like how the product or how NASCAR's vision is for this package. So I just don't want to make very quick conclusions about this package. So I just wanna see the cars in action to see how things go, and then I'm gonna finally make my conclusion. But right now I can't say a lot because it's just testing. We don't have any idea how it's gonna be. So I just wanna shield. Don't try to lose my mind very quickly. I just want to see the cars in action, like for the real. Yeah, I know that the number placement, the package is the horsepower is way low, but you're just gonna give it a try because we've seen right now that horsepower is not important right now. The only thing I'm hoping right now is that with this package, how it works brings the racing that we wanted, like the racing that It's all about the drivers. So that's something I'm hoping that can happen with this package. So that's something I'm having faith of with these changes.
Yeah. I mean, I think for me, I just, the big issue that we have, I mean, is definitely when it comes to passing, passing to the point where dirty air, like I said, you're never going to get rid of it, dirty air. Aerodynamics are always going to play a huge part in the sport, or not just in the sport, but in motorsports in general. You know, aerodynamics are always used in IndyCar, in IMSA, and Formula One. It's one of the big things.
Yeah, you can manipulate the air. Like
No.
physics is just like something that is from the natural from Earth.
Mm-hmm.
So
And I
you
think
can manipulate the air how this works. So, however, you can have a car that can manage to, in some point, like try to control those type of situations. So I'm just hoping that with this car, they solve those problems that this package is having. So that's something I'm telling you. That's the thing I'm trying to say, that they, with this package, they can find a solution to those to those little situations that's been happening through the past, and so we can finally have the racing and not have this jackass 550 horsepower that they couldn't even pass a car, and
yeah,
all that stuff.
I totally agree. I mean, as long as they find a more improved way to manage dirty air to the point where it doesn't become a very big problem in like 550 tracks. But no matter what, I mean, it's always going to be it's always going to be a thing. But as long as they find better management, and at least, like I say, not every race is always going to be not every race is always going to be great. There's going to be some races that are going to be a little dull. There's some races that will be exciting. But I think what us as fans, we want to see where drivers are able to pass without having to rely on dirty air, and most importantly, we want the racing to be based not on aerodynamics, but like more on driver skill. We want to see the best drivers go at it. We want to see the best, we want to see driver skill play a role. We want to see how, we want to see drivers like Kyle Larson, Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, wheel the hell out of those cars, and make it based more on their talent and their skill driving a race car, more on, more on dirty air, aerodynamics. But of course, it's still going to be a part of it. Without it, motorsports wouldn't even be a thing. But for us as fans and any of y'all watching, I want driver skill to still be important.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely agreeing with you. Definitely. But let the guys vote for it. That's something I can say.
Yeah. Man, sometimes I wonder, I wonder where we would be if Brian France was still in charge.
Yeah, I know, but I'm going to tell you, it's like, I don't try to make a lot of conclusions right now, because I know that it's way too soon to talk about this stuff. So definitely I just want to see the cars in action, like get rid of the situation and just see the cars in action, like fuck testing, fuck everything, just do what you have to do to beat this race. Like, absolutely great.
Yeah, the only thing, hopefully, is keep our fingers crossed, and hopefully, this project that they've been working on for 2 years works out well. Once they head to the LA Coliseum, to Daytona, to Auto Club, in these next upcoming races, heading into next season. That's the only thing that we, us as fans, or any of y'all watching, or anyone who's currently, following the sport can do. It's just keeping our fingers crossed. But so testing happened to the next gen. There will be more testing going on at tracks like at Phoenix and at the Charlotte Oval in the next coming months. So stay tuned for that. I don't know which drivers will be testing, but However, several drivers were testing today. Chase Briscoe, Tyler Reddick, Daniel Suarez, Logano, and Denny Hamlin were some of the notable key drivers that were testing the next gen car. But so yeah. All right, so now we're gonna transition to the pit stop round of the Turn 4 podcast. But before we transition to the pit stop round, I want to give a shout out to Lionel Racing, the official diecast of NASCAR. Go collect your 164 and 124 scale of your favorite NASCAR driver, and also pre-order any newly released diecasts that are soon to be released. Or you can also pre-order the Kyle Larson race version 124 Charlotte Roval win, and also check out the new release of the new wave or release of NASCAR Authentics at your local Target and your local Walmart. So for this week's Lionel shout out, the diecast that I have for this week, it is Jimmy Johnson's 2014 Cobalt car. This is by far a paint scheme that honestly I was never really a fan of, but I gotta say I do sometimes like black and white at times, and I was a fan of this. I am a fan of this Cobalt car, but it's not my favorite Cobalt scheme. My favorite Cobalt scheme is the one from 2007 to 2010 with the silver one.
Yeah, the silver one.
Yeah. So yeah, and Mauricio, he only has one diecast. So if anyone,
we don't wanna get in. We don't wanna get through details with that topic. So anyway. So yeah, definitely, guys. Anyway, I guess some diecast definitely go to Lionel Racing. Pretty good diecast, definitely for guys that they love a driver or they want to collect every single paint scheme they can. Go for it and have fun, man. Get as many as you can or as your economy lets you. So yeah. Thanks to
whatever
Lionel
your
Racing.
bank account lets you. But yeah,
exactly.
All right, so we got a few news to cover up. So first, we want to start out with crew chief Eddie Trokin suspended by NASCAR. He's the crew chief of the O2 team from Young's Motorsports for violating sections 12.81C, which is behavioral involving physical confrontation with the NASCAR official, media members, fans, etc., or physical violence against anyone involved in the sport. So definitely something that we do not want to hear, but
yeah, more that he's a guy from Mexico. He's a Mexican guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
a Mexican crew chief, and well,
yeah. I mean, actions like this have consequences. I mean, that's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wellen will be sponsoring Sheldon Creed for the full 2022 Xfinity Series season. Ferguson will be sponsoring Jeff Burton at Texas this weekend. Swan Security will be partnering with Ryan Vargas for the final 4 Xfinity Series races of the 2021 season. Jeff Burton announced that he will not be returning to Colleague Racing's Xfinity Series team for 2022. So Jeff Burton is currently looking for a ride for next season. It's unfortunate. I mean, considering the fact that it was weeks that this was announced that weeks after when Nutrient Ag Solutions would not return to Colleague Racing after 2022. But Jeff Burton is definitely someone who I think he performed very well in Colleague Racing, won a race at Talladega, and it's unfortunate that right after 1 year he gets booted out of the team. Hopefully he finds somewhere 2022. I wish him the best for next season. Let's see. Ryan Ellis will be running a special paint scheme at Martinsville to raise money for the Laughlin Family Foundation and the Susan G. Komen Foundation. Craftsman will be sponsoring Denny Hamlin and Daniel Hemrick in the playoff races at Texas. We'll be sponsoring Justin Allgaier at Texas. Michael Annett will be retiring from full-time competition following the 2021 season. So Michael Annett, I kind of did see it coming, considering the fact that he's been out for weeks already with a leg injury, and wish him the best post-retirement. Jimmy Johnson is getting NASCAR offers and is still waiting on a potential Indy 500 run. NBC will be airing their three cup races at Texas, Martinsville, and Phoenix, and it will also be streamed on Peacock as well. So anyone of the Peacock users or on the Cock users. Trackhouse expects to hire many Ganassi employees. Last week, the NASCAR Drive for Diversity held an award ceremony for diversity and inclusion champions around the NASCAR industry. Some notable winners were Tony Brattinger, Bubba Wallace, and Regina Servant. So congrats to them for their awards.
Yeah, congrats to all of them.
Yeah,
especially for our girl Regina, Mexican.
Yeah,
huge
definitely.
prospect. Definitely Tony and Regina are two female prospects that I can definitely see that they have their correct development. I can expect them to see him racing maybe in the main series. So yeah, congrats to especially Regina being now the surprise winner.
Yeah,
coming from.
Yeah, I think what I really love about them is that the fact that they're not being rushed. You know, they're trying to, whatever series they're racing in, their main goal is not to just fully move up. I mean, obviously they at some point they want to make it all the way to Cup, maybe someday, but I think their main goal, what I like, is that their mentality is to make sure they get as much as development they get for like if they move for when they move up a next level. And I really, and that's something you don't really see. I mean, you know, you look at Danica Patrick, literally went to IndyCar and boom, went to Xfinity Series. And that's something that I feel like a lot of these female drivers haven't really gotten, due to the fact that there's a lot of pressure when it comes to being a female race car driver and being a role model to younger girls. So it's good to see that they're at least, you know, being developed correctly.
Yeah, that's important. I don't feel the pressure to go that quickly. You have to have like 10 years to put development. You have to go through those 10 years, and you just had to go through the process. Not easy to go to Cup very easily.
No, it's not. It's a lot. I mean, especially once you
not going to Cup easily with success. Like you're going to go and fight for wins and championships. Not like you have to go to a process. You want to go Cup quickly is because obviously you're not going to go with the important team, so you have to be interested in that. So
yeah. So BJ McLeod will be running a Halloween scheme at Martinsville. We got a new NASCAR team coming to the 2022 Cup Series. Team Hesburgh, but they will be running a partial 2022 Cup Series schedule. Ty Dillon will be driving for the new GMS Cup team in the 2022 NASCAR Cup Series season. He'll be driving the number 94.
Yeah, you said that Ty Dillon was going to have a chance.
I told you. But yeah, it's good. It's good to see Ty Dillon get another opportunity in Cup after, you know, running a few Xfinity races, a few Cup races this season. But it's good to see him get another opportunity. Rick Ware Racing will be forming an alliance with Stewart Haas Racing and the Roush Yates engines for 2022. Hey,
look out with that. I would say look out with that.
Yo, you know, that could open the door for Riley Hurst to possibly to be in one of the Rick Ware Racing cars.
But I'm gonna tell you, that's gonna be maybe something that for the team definitely is gonna be beneficial because, for example, we see this year with Romain Grosjean, a former Formula One driver, driving Rick Ware Racing equipment when it's supposed to be the worst equipment. And he was getting some podiums with that car. So, also in the Pinty series, we saw a guy. I don't remember his name, but he won for that team as well in the Pinty series. So, Rick Ware, that bad? I would say not that much. Maybe just in NASCAR, but in other series, he's been very successful. So, definitely in NASCAR, they do things right. I can definitely see Rick Ware being a team that can absolutely, if they have the correct drivers, everything in the correct spot, they can fight. They can fight for something.
Yeah. Hey, don't be surprised if Romain Grosjean possibly makes a start at possibly at one of the road courses.
We can see that. Well, we saw Kimi Räikkönen. We saw who else drive for NASCAR Formula One.
James Davison. No, James Davison, he was an IMSA driver, but
yeah, James Davison was an IMSA. No, talking about, I think one of them was Kimi Raikkonen. That was one of the Formula One drivers.
forgot.
We saw Fernando Alonso drive for IndyCar. He put a surprise in the Indy 500 when they were expecting that he was going to be like an average driver, but he was just fighting for the win. He was definitely fighting for something. So yeah,
Yeah.
we can expect in the future something like that. So yeah,
Mhm.
let's see how this alliance works, because this year Stewart wasn't the best spot. I think probably their worst season ever.
Mhm.
But yeah, we can expect something for this team. Maybe hope something for the best next year. So yeah, let's see how this goes.
Yeah, they got a lot. They got a lot of Stewart Racing has a lot of work to do to clean up all the disaster that a disaster of a year they've had for sure. So yeah, Gary Nelson honored with a Smokey Unique Award. Let's see. Robo penalties, post-race penalties in the Robo. Kyle Busch, 2 lug nuts that are not safe and secure, $20,000 fine, and crew chief Ben Bayshore will receive a 1-race suspension.
Bullshit.
Both the 11 of Denny Hamlin and the 17 of Chris Buescher, 1 lug nut not safe and secure. Both crew chiefs have been fined $10,000. And NASCAR officials will talk to Kevin Harvick and Chase Elliott after Charlotte issues. Oh boy. It's gotten to a point where now NASCAR is starting to step in now. So
I don't think that I'm telling you, I think this thing is not gonna be far from over.
I feel like, oh boy.
I think it's gonna end with Kevin Harvick being suspended for the last races. I can definitely feel that.
You know what that means though? You know who might make their if that is the case, you know who might be driving that 4 car. Oh boy. All I gotta say, if he is a substitute driver for Harvick, if he were to get suspended, oh boy, it's not, that car's not gonna come back in one piece. I'm telling you that.
Yeah. No, that car is not gonna make it even 4 laps. I don't know.
Yeah, y'all know who I'm talking about. Riley Herbst.
Yeah. Who actually got eliminated with Clemens,
Jeb Burton, and Mike Snyder.
Jeb Burton and Mike Snyder.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest though. Mike Snyder ain't really that good, to be honest, and I want to see what Sheldon Creed can do in that 2 car next year. I feel like he could. I think he can win a few races in that 2 car.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, he's a good driver.
All right, so we're now gonna go over the entry list for. We're going to go over the entry list for this weekend's race at Texas for the running of the Auto Trader Echo Park Automotive 500 here at the Texas Motor Speedway. I'm just going to pull up the. All right. So I'm just going to pull up the entry list for this weekend. So the entry list is as follows. Quinn Houff will be in the number 00, 8 Ball Chocolate Whiskey. Kurt Busch will have Monster Energy. Brad Keselowski will have Discount Tire. Austin Dillon will have Bass Pro Shops / Tracker Off-Roads. Kevin Harvick will have Hunt Brothers Pizza. Kyle Larson will have HinderCars.com. Ryan Newman will have Violet Defense. Corey LaJoie will have Schluter Systems. Tyler Reddick is to be announced. Chase Elliott will have Kelly Blue Book. Eric Almirola will have Smithfield / Walk-Ons. Denny Hamlin will have Craftsman. Ryan Blaney will have Dex Imaging. We got Timmy Hill, who will be in the number 13. He'll have Broken Bow Luxury Cabins. Chase Briscoe will have Rush Center / Cummins. Garrett Smithley will be in the 15. He'll have a Trophy Tractor. Chris Buescher will be in the 17. Fastenal. Kyle Busch will have Interstate Batteries. Martin Truex Jr. will have Bass Pro Shops. Christopher Bell will have Ream / Watts / Opdown. Matt DiBenedetto will have Menards / Atlas / Mohawk. Joey Logano will have AAA Insurance. Bubba Wallace will have Columbia. William Byron will have Exalta. Mike, or as Anthony calls him, Willie B. Byron. And Michael McDowell loves Travel Stops. Ryan Preece will have Little Hug. Anthony Alfredo will have Speedy Cash. Cole Custer will have Feeding America / Wow Wow. Ross Chastain will have Chevrolet Accessories. Eric Jones will have Medallion Bank. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. will have Kroger / Healthy Choice. Alex Bowman will have Ally. Cody Ware will have Nerdtech ODT. Josh Balicki's to be announced. Joey Gase to be announced. We got David Starr who have Connected / Kairos Kairosia, whatever you call it. Justin Haley will have Aloe Shave Logic / Shave Logic. BJ McLeod will have NASCAR 21 Ignition. So, so it's good to see him promoting the new NASCAR game to come out. I think it will be released October 26th, I believe.
Actually got the update. So I think my dad got the payout because he helped me to pay the game. So I got the game. So I just had to wait until the date. And I am excited to play it, bro. I'm excited to play it. Is it 2 weeks, actually? We had to wait this next week. And then in 2 weeks, on Thursday, after, I think 1 a.m., we having the game.
Yeah. And then Daniel Suarez will have Freeway Insurance. So that is the entry list for Texas this weekend. So now we're now going to go on to race picks. So, Mauricio, let's start with you. So let's start out with Xfinity. Mauricio, give us your Xfinity Series picks.
Yeah, because trucks, they have only 2 races left. So they are going to be racing in 2 weeks. So the trucks, they have like a whole vacation right now.
Oh, they do.
I think trucks needs more dates for real because few dates.
Too many off weekends.
Yeah, there's too much of vacation. I think they need like 4 more dates. I don't know. They have more. I think they have to have more races because trucks are very entertaining to watch.
Oh, they are.
Anyway, Xfinity, I'm going to tell you something. We want to talk about surprises. We are talking about an important round right now, okay? So I'm going to tell you that this guy, I feel that he's going to hit the authority to say, I'm not winning, but this is going to be the moment that I'm going to say, I'm coming here to win the championship. Maybe not the win, but I can finally get this first illusional win that he's been waiting his whole career and get a hunt for the championship. Like, why not? We've seen that before with Mac Crafton. We've seen a lot before with a lot of guys. Why not with this guy? Can this be finally the weekend? We don't know. But if he can finally deliver, it's going to be on the perfect moment he can ever imagine. So my main pick is going to be the 18 Craftsman car of Daniel Hemrick.
All right.
Okay. My bold pick, I'm going to have to go.
Oh, what's up, Anthony? So we got Anthony watching. What's up, my boy?
Hey, by the way, a huge hug from all the way to California.
Show some love to California. Show some love to our boy Anthony right here.
So I know that he has to be better because he's a huge William Byron fan. I know that he's having a little bit hard time now with this elimination, but we're hoping to have him back for these last 3 races.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, yeah, for those people watching, he calls William Byron Willie B. Byron.
Willie B. Byron, yeah.
Yeah.
So, my main pick was Daniel Henry. My bold pick, I'm going to have to go with Noah Gragson. He's been very good at Texas. Obviously, he choked it one time ago.
Big time.
Not, I would say sarcastically, like a little bit. But actually, that was last year.
Yeah, last year in the fall race.
That was last year. So, that's my bold pick. I think Noah Gragson can find redemption. And my non-playoff pick, who's on the entry list? Who's racing on Texas?
John Hunter Nemechek's in the 54.
John Hunter. Oh, yeah. I'm going to have to choose that guy. Definitely. John Hunter Nemechek has to be my non-playoff. You can't cut out that 54.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
All right. So meanwhile, I give my picks since Anthony's watching. He's also in the chat. He's going to give out his Xfinity Series picks, which I will get to after my picks. All right. So meanwhile, he's typing his picks in the chat. For my Xfinity Series picks, my main pick, he won at Texas last season, and he still has yet to win a race. And I feel like this could be a moment for him to prove that he deserves to he deserves the ride that he earned for next season in the Cup Series. I'm going with Harrison Burton. He did win at Texas last year, and I feel like with Harrison Burton, I feel like he's waiting to perform at the right time when it matters, and this is where it's going to be where it matters, and which will get him to the final four. Bull pick, I'm going with the guy he had to pass last year in the last lap, and which choked big. I'm going with Noah Gragson. I expect Noah Gragson to be a factor at Texas. And non-playoff pick, I'm going with John Hunter Nemechek. We know how good the 54 car has been, regardless of who it is driving it. 54 has been the winningest car in Xfinity this season.
Yeah.
And no, he still hasn't said his pick yet, but meanwhile, so Mauricio, give us your Cup picks.
Okay, main pick. Said it on the start of the show, on the start of the podcast. I've said it a lot of times. If there's somebody that knows how to perform or knows how to get into the championship picture at the right time, it's this guy right here. He is a guy that has a lot of advantage coming to these next 2 weeks, because these two tracks has won it 2 of the last 3 wins he's got in the last 12 months. So I'm going to tell you that this guy, do not count him out, especially on 550 this year. How good he has been. He has an average finish, I think, of less of 6, I think. That's like a 3-point something, I think, that he's been excellent in 550 horsepower. So I'm going to say that the interstate batteries of Kyle Busch, he's going to be the first one to say, present, I'm going to the finale. So Kyle Busch is my main pick here in Texas, coming from a very awful season 2020 to go to the finale this year at Phoenix. So that's
imagine him twerking on the championship trophy.
He's probably having this best fun right now because he made it to the championship to the semifinal 8. So yeah. So that's the GOAT, KFP. The people's champ. That's how I say it. The people's champ. So yeah, that's my main pick. My bold pick, I'm gonna have to go with Denny Hamlin. Definitely. If we're gonna talk about a guy that he's performing at the right time, is this number 11. And considering to the fact that he has won the first race in these last 2 rounds, he won the first race of the round of 16, and he has won the first race of the round of 12. Can he do it again? We don't know. But I think that Denny Hamlin, he's doing something that last year couldn't do. So look out with this 11 Jockeys Racing car. He has been also very good. I think the second best car behind Larson. He's got the win that he needed. Now he's just being unstoppable in this whole playoffs. And my non-playing pick, we have to choose a guy that, besides he got recently eliminated and he paid a karma, we can't deny that this guy has been very good at this track. And if he definitely can break a winless streak that he's having right now, is definitely at this track. So my non-playing pick is going to be the number 4 car of Kevin Harvick.
All right. So Anthony on the chat, he said he did mention his Xfinity picks. He said his main pick is Harrison Burton, bold pick is Daniel Hemrick, and non-playoff pick is John Hunter Nemechek. So meanwhile, while I'll give my Cup Series picks, Anthony in the chat, he's going to say his Cup Series picks, which I will mention after. All right. So Cup Series picks, main pick, I'm going to agree with you, Mauricio. I'm going with Kyle Busch as the main pick. He's won at Texas twice since it's been repaved since 2017. And last year he ended that winless streak last year that was bugging him all last season. And like you said, I mean, Kyle Busch, I mean, when he has momentum or when he has confidence or when it comes to pressure moments in the playoffs, Kyle Busch is definitely dangerous on the track when it comes to moments like these. And that is what makes champions. Moments, performing in moments and under pressure. And Kyle Busch under pressure is when he's at his best. And there's no denying that. I know Mauricio can agree with me on that. Bold
Yeah.
pick. Bold pick. I am going with Mickey Mouse as my bold pick. I think he's all, at this point, he's trying to focus on trying to defend his Mickey championship. And so yeah, and he's gonna collect himself another Mickey Mouse win. Possibly could probably contend for a Mickey win.
Maybe we'll see. But
yeah. Oh my god. So yeah, so my main pick is Mickey. No. My bold pick is Mickey Mouse, by the way. And then non-playoff pick. He's had some good runs. He's been hit or miss, but I think this time will be a hit. Well, yeah, this time will be a hit. I think I could see possible a top 10 run. I think this would be good for the organization. The fact that he will be back at this team next season. I'm going with Ricky Stenhouse Jr. as my main pick. So I could see possibly a top 10 run from him.
Oh, your non-playoff pick.
Yeah, non-playoff pick. Yeah, Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
All right.
So yeah, so Addison did text me his pick, so I'm gonna mention him. I'm gonna mention it to the podcast. So Addison, according to Addison, his main pick is Austin Cindric. Bold pick is Daniel Hemrick. Non-playoff pick John Hunter Nemechek. For the Cup Series, his main pick is Kyle Larson. Bull pick Chase Elliott, and non-playoff pick William Byron. So those are his picks. I'm still waiting. All right, so Anthony just commented his picks. So his main pick is Kyle Busch. Bull pick Ryan Blaney, and non-playoff pick Kurt Busch. So those are all of our picks for Texas this weekend. All right, so we've got everything we've covered. I want to say thank you so much to everyone who are watching, to the people who are currently watching. Our support, your viewership, loyalty definitely means a lot to us. We're very humbled, for you people. We do this for you guys, and also not only for you guys, not for the money, but also, I love talking about the sport, with Mauricio and Anthony. At times, we may debate, we may troll each other at times, but I enjoy talking about NASCAR with them, and it's definitely, I'm very blessed. I mean, to have these two people. Well, even though Anthony's not here, but he is in the chat. But I'm very blessed to have this podcast with them, and
and also
talk about NASCAR with them.
That Addison as well, and the other guy that we're not gonna mention his name, but besides of all the situation has happened during the last couple of months, maybe without him, we couldn't have this type of reunion that we're having right now. But there's sometimes that also people, when they reveal the real colors, sometimes justice has to be made. And yeah, we definitely, that was like the best thing we could have do. In terms of Addison, we decided to do this type of a deal right now with him, to keep it as a distance, but obviously still a huge friend of ours. But this is a situation right now that has to be happening because due to all the situation that has happened, we have to keep it like this for a couple while. We're gonna have him back.
But it's been yes. So I've said it on the podcast, but Addison, he will officially be back as a full panel in 2022. So I've talked to him with him, but he will be on prior to the Phoenix weekend. So for those wondering if Addison's going to be on before the season, he will be on prior to Phoenix. So since he will be at Phoenix and I will be at Phoenix as well, I think he could bring a good insight on what to expect for championship weekend.
Finale, that's right. You're going to the finale.
Yeah.
Phoenix is just like a month away. So I know that you're excited. I know that you're gonna bring every single Kyle Larson shirt. And
he might be the champion though, so I might be able to see it in person.
Hey, I want to see you recording. You're screaming like, yeah.
Oh man, I was gonna try to record. I remember I tried recording in Road America, but I gotta say, Road America had shitty ass signal there, man. When I was there.
Record only with the camera, none offline.
only recording. Like,
Yeah, I did record on camera, but I wasn't able to record like on my Instagram stories, Snapchat stories. I could, but it didn't fully get sent to my stories,
Oh yeah, I saw it. But hey, you had a very good view. I think you were in the last corner, right? After
Yeah, I
I
was by the sand barrier, heading uphill to the start and finish line.
Yeah.
So yeah, I did have a pretty good view, and I mean, Road America was a wonderful experience. I mean, the people there.
The cars were very close at that zone as well. So.
Oh, they were.
And they were going to full speed. Like they were just like go to the corner, and they were just there giving the cars to full speed.
Mm-hmm. But
yeah, definitely can be more excited. But also, this is gonna be the moment that we're gonna suffer 100 times more during the next 3 weeks. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. So Anthony on the chat, he says, since my boy Willie B. Byron is eliminated, I hope we have a Kyle versus Kyle show for the championship. And
I can potentially see the two Kyle. Definitely, I can see them both in the championship form.
I know Anthony can say this, but I don't know in the chat. He might say this, but I know he's caught as many times us trolling each other with our Kyles.
The Kyle and Kyle dilemma.
Yeah. Well, I did lose a bet. See, here's the thing, though. I don't know if you guys see this, but this was after Pocono. I did lose a bet to him, though. Right? If you guys see my hair with my blonde hair. Yeah.
I gotta tell you, bro. we are not gonna make bets right now. We just gonna have to wait how the finale is gonna be. So yeah, we're gonna have to wait until after Martinsville, and if things are planned as we want, then definitely you can wait at the finale next month. We're gonna make a bet.
All right, and then also another thing, Anthony said, just because you guys are my best friends and I want to see both of you happy. Definitely means a lot, man.
Oh, definitely. I think everybody wants to see. I'm gonna say I really want Cowboys to win, but if Larson wins, I'm gonna be happy for Addison and for Daniel, definitely, because they are guys that they support Kyle Larson, and I'm gonna be happy for them. And besides, if Cowboys wins the championship this year, I will gonna feel happy as well. But if he doesn't win, I feel that still is gonna be good because I don't think we really deserve 100% the championship. But if we win it, it's still like we win a championship. But
be the best part on Twitter. It'd be fun. I would like to see Larson win the championship because on Twitter.
Yeah, the fans. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see how things play out because first they have to make it to the final four because everything can happen. Maybe some drivers can make it. Maybe there's gonna be surprises. I can guarantee.
Hey, don't be surprised if you see 3 Penske drivers in the final four and the other one being MTJ. Imagine that.
That would be the worst finale
MTJ versus Penske
ever.
Hey, don't forget Penske and Joe Gibbs. They've had a rivalry for a while though. So
yeah, but
something about Joe Gibbs Racing and Penske.
That's gonna be a nightmare if the Penske guys made it because that would be the worst finale I can ever see in my life with the 3 most boring drivers. Well, Joey Logano, no, but
yeah, I've had my moments where I didn't like Logano. I have those moments where I disliked Logano. Yeah, I know Mauricio. I know you had your moment at Bristol last season.
Oh man, that was like a painful way to see my guy lose, man. I felt miserable. Like no lie, I felt miserable that day.
I remember that day.
I think as far as I remember, I didn't go to class the next day because I felt horrible. Like horrible.
Oh my god,
that was like
it's crazy. I was at Chicagoland after 2018. I remember on the whole car ride home, I did not talk at all. I was quiet, man. I was mad as hell. I didn't feel like talking to nobody, and I didn't talk till the next day. I was literally all quiet.
Yeah, I understand because imagine that your driver doesn't make it. That's painful to watch.
Oh, all right. Anthony said, I had my moment with Brad Donkey Face in Texas 2014.
Oh yeah, because he was a fan, right?
Jeff Gordon, yeah. Oh man. Yeah, so yeah, I just want to thank everyone for watching. Go follow us on social media. I'll put their links on the description. Everyone have a great rest of your week. Let's get ready for Texas, and we will see you guys on next week's podcast. So have a good one, everyone.